I've been to a few conferences, and considering that they're professional events, I'm surprised how underdressed some people show up and how many formal wear mistakes others make. First impressions are very important, so I'm here to give you some useful tips so that you don't bomb yours. This video will include not only dressing tips, but also hygiene hacks and tips for packing for those out-of-town conferences. Whether you're preparing to go to your very first conference or you're well into your career and you've been to several already, I hope that everyone can learn something new in this video. I will be mentioning several specific products, but this is not a sponsored video. Any recommendations that I give are genuine and based on my experiences. First, let's talk about conference dress codes. In short, depending on the conference, you should be dressed between the range of business casual to business formal. No exceptions. This means that t-shirts, sport jackets, hoodies, anything with a large logo or graphic, lighter colored or distressed jeans, shorts, sneakers or sandals, hats, and bracelets should not be worn. If you don't respect the dress code, that can reflect negatively upon you, making you appear as unprepared or unprofessional. When in doubt of what you should wear, just remember that in the case of a conference, there's no such thing as being overdressed. A safe bet is to dress up rather than to dress down. Now, not all conferences are the same, so if you know someone that has attended the specific conference that you're going to in a previous year, be sure to ask them how most people were dressed. Make sure you specify the clothing aspect of it, because formality can also refer to the way that people speak to each other. At small conferences, it's likely that a large fraction of the people there have known each other for years, and so you might hear more jokes or sarcasm. If you don't know anyone that has attended this conference before, then you can contact one of the organizers on the conference website. It just might save you some embarrassment later. Gentlemen, let's talk undershirts. If you're going to be wearing a dress shirt without a tie or bow tie and the first couple of buttons undone, then don't wear a crew neck t-shirt. This looks horrible. Go instead with a nice, simple V-neck. Your undershirt should be showing as little as possible, ideally not at all. This is a really simple way to show that you pay attention to detail. Even if you plan to wear a tie, use a V-neck anyways. If it gets really hot and you need to take off your tie and undo a couple of buttons, then you won't have to worry about what undershirt you have on. Try to match the color of your belt to the color of your shoes. It'll look more cohesive and like you put thought into what you put on. Brown and brown is a classic combination, as is black and black. Do you have the problem of your dress shirt coming untucked out of your pants? It's annoying, isn't it? I think the number one formal wear accessory that every man needs but most don't even know about are shirt stays. Basically, it's an elastic strap that connects the top of your socks to the bottom of your shirt. There are also some that look like this. I started using these about a year ago and I will never go back to not using them. The brand that I have is called Sharp and Dapper, which I got online from the UK. They have never come undone for me and they're invisible through pants, so no one can tell that I'm wearing them. I'll admit, the first time I tried to use them they felt a little bit awkward, but I got used to them really quickly and now whenever I use them I can't even feel that they're there. I attended a wedding where I was busting some pretty ambitious dance moves and not even once did I have to adjust my shirt or even think about it. Trust me, having peace of mind like that is well worth the purchase. This one isn't as big of a deal, but guys, if you're going to be rolling up the sleeves of your shirt, there's definitely a right and wrong way to do it. Sleeves that are rolled up haphazardly can ruin an otherwise well put together look, so try this. Fold your sleeves back at the seam so the cuff is in line with the crease of your elbow. Now roll the rest back on itself once. That's it. This looks neat and tidy, and this fold will never fall apart on you during the day. It's simple details like this that can make a large impact. Now, let's talk hygiene hacks. Dress shirts have no mercy for sweat stains, and while we all sweat, having dark patches under your arms can make you appear nervous, and if you're talking to others, it can distract them from what you're saying. A product that I've found that works absolute wonders is a brand called Thompson tees, which I'm wearing right now. There's a pad sewn into the underarm area here that is guaranteed to be sweat-proof. Their Hydro Shield technology keeps you dry and cool, so you don't have to worry at all about whether you're sweating or not. Again, not needing to be self-conscious about a detail like this during an event really makes it that much more enjoyable. This isn't only for people who sweat more due to their genetics, like me. Sometimes a conference room can be really hot, or the conference will be in a humid climate, and so this will keep you covered in each of those cases. On the topic of sweat, let's talk about what goes on in your underpants. Now, not every guy can relate, but I assure you the feeling of having an uncomfortable crotch area while all day at a conference really sucks. For me, this is only really an issue in warmer, humid weather, but again, since you can't control the environment at a conference, I always use a body powder to eliminate any possibility of this issue. I use a brand called Chassis, which is the #1 brand on the market for this application. Trust me, the small expense is well worth the comfort. My last conference hygiene hack is using blotting paper. Especially if you're prone to having oilier skin, by the end of a 10 or more hour day at a conference, it can accumulate and make you look really shiny. Rather than making a mess while trying to wash your face in a public bathroom while all your formal wear is on, try this instead. Blotting paper absorbs oil really well, much better than a tissue or paper towel does. I got this pack of 100 sheets from Amazon for only a few dollars, and it's pretty discreet so I can keep it in my pocket of my pants or my blazer while I'm at a conference. If I feel like my face is a little oily, then I can very quickly dab a sheet or two around my face and instantly be oil-free. Now let's talk travel tips. If you're going to a conference that is out of town, then I highly recommend putting all of your clothes in a carry-on sized luggage. While the chance of your luggage getting lost is small, it would be an absolute disaster for you to have none of your formal wear available with you at the conference. When you're planning what to bring, try to think of your clothes as being part of an outfit rather than as individual pieces. Bring clothing that can be incorporated into multiple outfits. This way you can bring the smallest overall number of pieces while having the largest number of options for outfits once you're there. As an example, I just came back from a 3-day conference and I brought 3 differently colored dress shirts, 3 ties where some could go with more than one of the dress shirts, 1 pair of black dress pants, 1 pair of dark jeans, a black belt, a brown belt, black dress shoes, and brown dress shoes. I didn't take any blazers to this conference because 1, I knew beforehand that this wasn't as formal of a conference, and 2, I looked at the weather forecast and knew that it was going to be very hot during my stay there. So these 12 pieces could easily fit in a carry-on luggage, but they gave me a lot of flexibility in terms of overall outfits that I could wear, so I could adapt to any level of formality. To help reduce wrinkling in your garments during travel, then I recommend packing them into a packing folder like this. This one was about $20 on Amazon. It might seem unnecessary, but I've found that it really helps make a big difference in helping to keep my clothing look crisp. This folding guide that comes with a packing folder makes everything super easy. Depending on the fabric of my clothes, if I use a packing folder, then I'll need to do little to no ironing once I get to a hotel. This leads me to my last point, which is, guys, iron your clothes. You can be wearing the nicest shirt in the entire conference, but if it's wrinkled, then you'll look unkempt and inexperienced. It's worth a couple of minutes to look your best. That's it for this video. I really hope that these tips can be helpful for you in the future, and if they are, I'd love it if you let me know. In the interest of a shorter video, I went through some of these things a little bit quickly, so if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for watching.